Today on the channel, from the Thor, Love and Thunder Hasbro Marvel Legends set, we've got Groot, we've got Ravager Thor, and we've got Star-Lord.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here. Welcome back to the channel for another Marvel Legends unboxing and review. And today, from the brand new Thor Love and Thunder wave, we've got Ravager Thor, we've got Star-Lord, and we've got Groot. But remember, for all your Marvel Legends needs and a whole lot more, hit up Big Bad Toy Store, link in the description below. And if this is your first time here at the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe like everybody else tells you to do. We've got all kinds of Marvel Legends unboxings, wrestling, you name it, under the sun. We got all the reviews here. But we're going to dig into this brand new release set. One of those rare times as a toy hunter and a toy lover, I love it when this stuff happens. When stuff goes to the stores before it's officially announced, brings me back to the old days when you went to the stores not knowing what you would find. And that's a little bit of the mystery that is missing and a lot of the fun that's missing in toy collecting as far as I'm concerned. Crazy that Hasbro wouldn't announce these figures when, guys, guess what? I'm in business. You're probably in business too. Once it goes to a distribution center, once it's off the trucks, headed out, you might as well consider it released because, hey, guess what? Once the first person at that Walmart distribution center sees these, they're snapping a picture, it's out there on social media. So it is unfortunate Hasbro didn't get to announce these the way they would have liked to, but you got to remember, once it's out, it's out. I wouldn't take your chances, especially in this digital world we live in. That being said, we're going to do these unboxing, these review like we do all the other ones on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about them. We're going to unbox them. We're going to talk about them, and we're going to see where it goes from there. And of course, we usually go ladies first, but when there's no ladies in the wave, you got to go trees first. And that's where Groot gets the Duke on this one. We'll start with Groot here. He comes with the Korg Build-A-Figure piece. Now, I don't have the old Korg that looks much like this. I believe it was, what is it, a 2-pack or a 3-pack? Toys R Us 3-pack? Gosh, it's been a long time. I do not have that in my collection anymore, so I did need this, where I know a lot of people are kind of upset about this figure because, hey, I already have a very similar one, but for somebody like me that doesn't have this, hey, I'm good to go. He comes with the Korg Build-A-Figure pieces. Verdict's still out on that one. We'll see how Korg does, but Korg didn't set the world on fire in his 2-pack. I'm not sure he'll set the world on fire in his Build-A-Figure, but hey, stranger things have happened. But we got the Thor Love and Thunder. Beautiful graphic here. I like the graphics on this one. I know some early chatter online is saying, oh, this is going to be a peg warmer set. This is going to be just like the Eternals. I don't think in any world this set is going to be like the Eternals set. Those are just basically people in space costumes. These at least have some interesting stuff to them. So I think this will do okay, and I definitely know the movie is going to do a lot better than the Eternals after all. Marvel Legend logo at the top. Got that little spot varnished Thor logo up there as well. But you got Groot in the package. Looks like it comes with a big gun, and like I said, Korg pieces as well. On the side, little glamour shot. Little glamour shot on this side. Old Groot, he's growing up. He's getting older in front of our eyes. There he is. Got a little blurb on the back. We'll read it. It'll be short. Got the cross cell down below. There's the Korg Build-A-Figure. Warnings, UPCs on the bottom, all that fun stuff. Let's see what it says about Groot. Well, it says, I am Groot. No more needs to be said at that point. We all know he is Groot. So without further ado, let's get him out of the package. See what's going on with old Groot right here. Beautiful kind of blast background. Kind of comes up a little bit. It's kind of hard to see, but I like the colors. Very, I don't know, 80s colors? I don't know what you would call it. I'd call that a see you later. See you later. Korg Build-A-Figure piece. There's Groot. There's a whole lot of party in the plastic prison. There it is. Let's get it all out. See what it's doing here. Get that weapon. Get an extra hand with Groot. I did miss that. He is taped in. There's that. There's that. Got some tree branches. Got a lot going on. A lot more going on with Groot than I thought there was. He is the smallest figure of the bunch in the wave, so that's why he comes, see you later, with the Korg Build-A-Figure piece. And like I said, at the very end of the week, well, I haven't said it yet, but at the very end of the week, I am going to build the Korg. I'll compare it to the old Korg as well. But we will rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite. And like I said, we'll build Korg here. So we got that piece. Stick that off to the side. Then we get down to some Groot action. Ooh, this is a very plasticky gun. This seems to be new plastic the Marvel Legends Hasbro team is using. Gotta think with inflation, prices going up and everything else, maybe a cheaper plastic, as this is a very rubber weapon. Usually they're a little harder than this. That really took me aback. I wasn't expecting this to feel like it felt when I picked it up. But nice sculpting throughout on this gun. Very space-like gun here, laser, whatever you want to call it. You could put an effect piece on the end here. It does have a hole, but it doesn't come with any effect pieces. But very good looking gun. I wish there was a little bit of color to it, just a hair, maybe a different silver or red, something else instead of just being so plain Jane, but it is what it is. Got that right there. Then we get some extra hands, and everybody loves extra hands. Looks like no fists for Groot, so he's not throwing any fists today, which is a miss. I think all action figures should at least have one fist. They are fighting, playing figures. We need that. But we get kind of tree extension branches here for hands. I got more of a webbed out tree branch and then a lengthy tree branch to poke somebody in the eye with, of course. But nice green colors where it's, you know, growing and stuff against the wooden color. But it is about what you would expect right there. And then you get a regular trigger hand here because he needs it for his gun, but it's a trigger figure hand. And then we get this kind of gripping hands on this Groot. Now, we've seen Groot in different sizes. We've got that teeny baby Groot. We've had this one, and then we've got the full adult Groot. My favorite full adult Groot is the Marvel Select. That is what I use in my collection. Maybe you were similar, maybe you were not. As far as articulation goes on this Groot, the wrist move, of course, round, up, down, all around. Removable hands, as we already talked about. Single jointed elbows on Groot. Shoulders up, down, all around, as we're used to with shoulders. There you go. Head moves all around. A lot of tilt up and down on this guy. Well, actually more than I thought. Yeah, look at that. He can lean way back in that tilt, so he's got a ton of tilt. I like that he's got trees growing up in where his brain would be. Nice green hue around the top. You know, it's kind of growing. He's getting bigger. He's growing right before our eyes. And we do have green throughout, kind of that spider webbing of green amongst the trees and things like that. You get the diaphragm at the top. Turns right there. No waist. That is as much turn as you're going to get. That's just at the waist there. And then up, down, single jointed knees. Yes, very tight joints. And then you get the ankle rocker. Pretty good ankle rock on this one, actually. Better than I thought it would be. A little side to side, more up and down. But it is Groot. He told us himself. It is Groot. I needed this for my collection, but I could see some people passing on this. I know a lot of people are upset about the Build-A-Figure, saying, I don't need another Korg. And then if you already have a Korg, you probably already have a Groot in this age bracket, we'll call it. So maybe you can pass on this as well. And hey, guess what? You vote with your wallet. That's what you tell Hasbro what you want. That's the way it works. I should check, does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? I always like to do that. And he fits like a glove. Fits perfectly on a stand there for those that always ask that question. I always got to do that on the unboxing videos. So Groot, hey, for me, it works. I'm here for it. I'm happy to have Groot. I like Groot. Good to have him here in the collection. So now we turn our attention to Thor. Now this Thor, seeing the pictures of this set, this is the one I was the most excited about. This is very heavy metal Thor is what this reminds me of. Ravager Thor, of course. Comes there with this big Stormbreaker. Get a little glare from the light on it, but Ravager Thor, he joined up apparently with the Guardians of the Galaxy. A lot of this will come to sense when we watch the movie, of course, which is coming out later in 2022 sometime. But I just like his look, a vest, his very heavy metal vest, kind of like a band t-shirt underneath. Bare arms on this one, just a really good looking Thor. I'm happy for this. I know some people say they don't like it. Like anything else, though. People like things, people don't like things. You get how that goes. But I was very excited for this one when I saw it. I'm anxious to see how good this figure is. Love and Thunder logo, Ravager Thor, Marvel Legends Korg, hammer at the top, Legends logo. Cool glamour shot on the side, just looking really cool. Nice t-shirt there. Look at him, looking only like he can look. Looks like he stepped out of a Saxon video back in the day. If you know Saxon, man, you could be my friend. But there he is, big glamour shot. We got a blurb, we'll read that. We got the cross cell down below. We got Korg, UPCs, warnings, all that kind of fun stuff down there. Without further ado, let's see what it says about old Ravager Thor. Thor wields the mighty Stormbreaker against a terrifying new foe. Well, that just tells us everything we need to know about the whole movie then. I think no need to see it at this point, but we'll see it. We'll still see it. But a little bit of a blurb action there. Pull it out of the package. Same background we saw before with Groot. Very cool. See you later. Off to the side. There it goes. And then we get the old plastic prison. There it is. Stormbreaker. We got the Korg arm. And then we got Thor himself. Looking good. I like the looks of it. Pull that piece out, maybe. Come on. Work with me here. Taped in arm. Of course it's taped in. Why wouldn't it be? There it is. Snap, crackle, pop. See you later. Goodbye. And then we get Stormbreaker. So we've seen Stormbreaker in the past. A little bit gummy on here. I guess that's to be expected. It's not super, super hard. I think we've gotten a few of these over the years. And I remember one being a really hard, rigid plastic, one being a little bit more bendy. This is one that's going to be bendy. So if you put them on display with this over the shoulder, eventually it is going to teeter down like that. Not a big fan of that, but once again, taking cost, inflation going up, they're making pricing going up, and then they're cutting back on plastics. We're seeing it in all toy lines out there. It's the state of 2022 in our action figure game, and inflation, you guys don't need me telling you any more about that, as we talk about it all the time on the channel. Korg arm, like I said, we'll build him at the end of the week, so stay tuned for Korg. But Stormbreaker is here, very cool. And then we get this Thor figure, and I gotta say, I like this. You guys know I have a wrestling figure background. I like my human characters, big and bulky. I love fists on characters. Unfortunately, we don't get fists with this Thor, but we're close enough with the gripping hands. But the bare-armed look looks really good. I mean, this guy looks like he could be in your wrestling federation. That's what he looks like. He looks like he's ready to take on Hulk Hogan. And I believe there were rumors, rumblings, he is going to star as Hulk Hogan in a movie. We'll see if that ends up coming to fruition or not. I wouldn't hold my breath. But once again, I do like the vest on this. The vest is removable if you are so inclined. It definitely looks better with the vest, but he does have a tank top underneath. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with this shirt. Maybe it'll be explained in the movie. It does have some ribbing to the white on it. But it does look very, very good. This is a very good look. Very heavy metal professional wrestling look. I guess that's how he looks when he joined up with the Guardians and became a Ravager somewhere along the way. And I'm sure, once again, the story will be told in the movie, so we'll stay tuned for that. Interesting, we didn't get extra hands with this one, though. That is a little interesting to me. But we do got the bare arms, nice double jointed and pinless. You guys know once you go pinless, it's tough to go back. Double jointed pinless, I like that. A very clean look on this human action figure, we'll call it. You got the bicep cut, like I said, double jointed elbows. Hands go all around like we're used to with our hands. Head side to side, up, down, a little bit limited by the hair. He's got the ponytail and the long hair in the front. The back is definitely limited. You get a little bit forward, but not a whole lot. You do get an ab turn there, and then you get the ab crunch at the top, so you can go all the way back, all the way forward. You can do all that stuff. And then, like we're used to, double jointed knees, pinless joints once again, got to mention that. You get the thigh swivel, and then ankle rocker, very tight, but up and down. Not so much side to side, but up and down, very good. I like the straps down here, very reminiscent of how he used to have his arms kind of strapped up when he was full-on Thor, but we get that on the boots here. Nice blue jean color, really does look like denim. You get some nice sculpting on the belt as well, different color breaks. I love the red and the black on the vest, makes that look really good. If it was all black or all red, it wouldn't stand out as much, but you get those different color patterns going on. Really brings this one home for me. I really do like this one, and I gotta say, it didn't disappoint. It's exactly what I expected it to be. I mean, it's Thor in a heavy metal outfit, so you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. But he's got Stormbreaker. Does he fit on a ringside stand? I'm sure he will. Plug him on there. And he fits like a glove as well, looking really good. I like this one. I can understand why this isn't for everybody, but just what I like in an action figure, this is really cool. And this could get reused. I could see people putting this in their wrestling federation. There are people in the crowd, stuff like that. I think this one transcends just Marvel Legends collectors, and I could see people from other toy lines picking this one up, as action figure photography is a huge thing, as we all know. And I think this one could fit in very well with some of the other characters and other toy lines that are out there. So I'm all in on that Ravager Thor. Very, very solid figure. I like that a whole lot. Now we turn our attention to Star-Lord. He feels like kind of a one-off. I guess Groot, you could say, too. Obviously, from the Guardians of the Galaxy, we know Star-Lord. We've gotten a lot of Star-Lord figures. We'll compare it to one. I just grabbed the first one I saw out of my collection. But we'll see what kind of a role he has in the movie, how big of a role it is. I assume it's going to be a decent-sized role if he's getting a figure here in the line. But the familiar packaging, we've seen it a few times now, so nothing surprising there. But we got Star-Lord, we got his weapons, we got the Korg Build-A-Figure piece, and then we got another updated version of Star-Lord, and I could see, once again, much like Groot, people saying, I have enough Star-Lords, don't need another one, I can pass on this wave, and that's the beauty. Vote with your wallet, tell Hasbro what you think, and that's the best way to do it, when you vote from your wallet. There he is, glamour shot on the side, glamour shot on that side, Thor logo on the top, like we've seen before. On the back, we got the cross-sell of the entire line. Like I said, we'll unbox all these on the channel this week. At the very end of the week, we're going to build Korg, and in that same video, I'm going to rank from my least favorite to my favorite of the Love and Thunder set. We got the blurb for Star-Lord, and then we got Star-Lord looking only like a Star-Lord could look in the Marvel Legends Hasbro packaging right there. So let's get down to it. Let's read it, see what's going on here. Peter Quill and the Guardians of the Galaxy return, teaming up with friends new and old to defend the galaxy from a dangerous new enemy. And that must be Gore, who I'm not super familiar with. But once again, the movie will tell me all I need to know, I'm sure, right? Same background, same packaging. See you later. Goodbye. Then we get Star-Lord out of the package. Interesting. Okay, I see some interesting stuff already. There he is in the plastic prison. And pop that Korg arm right there. We'll stick that for later. Weapons. And there it is. See you later. Goodbye. Not a lot of extra hands, not a lot of extra accessories with a lot of these figures. Once again, cost cutting. It's really hitting us. We get the Star-Lord weapons. Gotta say, these are reuse. We've seen these before. Nice silver, nice gray color to them, but they got some gold highlights, some gold accents. I really do prefer that. I really do like that. Kudos there. It gives it a little piece of just eye-catching. It catches your eye a whole lot more compared to Groot, who's just plain gray gun. But it is what it is. We got those weapons. We've seen them before. We'll probably see them again. All right, now we get down to Star-Lord, and I believe these guns do hold on his holsters on the side, so you can plug those in on the side there, so I noticed that right off the bat. So if you don't want him holding them, he can have them on the side underneath his cape, cloak. What are we going to call it? We are in the thick of cape season. Just ask Lando Calrissian. He's in every single retail store there is right now, but he's ushering on cape season, trying to make it a yearly event. But we got a little bit of cape action, I guess you would call it here, or maybe a duster jacket. Maybe I'm being too liberal with the term cape here, but we do have that. Lots of colors, a lot of maroon. You got blue to it. Gold shielding on his arms, kind of the shoulder guards there. Forearm action. You got 2 trigger fingers on his hands that he comes here. And then you got silver band around the biceps, silver on the end of the bicep here. Very good, very Star-Lord-esque. You got silver detail on the boots. All the typical articulation we're used to. Pinless joints, once again, I do appreciate that. Double jointed elbows. Double jointed knees, but you have pins down on the legs. I don't know if they left the pins in here because they are covered by the duster jacket. That could be the reason. He does have a vest underneath the duster, and then he does have kind of a bandolier type thing. Is that what they're called? Like a bandolier, kind of a belt around here. Chewbacca, probably the most famous wearer of that look, but it's nice red. It is free floating. It does move around. You could take it off if you were so inclined. I'm going to leave it on, of course. But it is free floating, gets in the way a little bit. It definitely looks like Star-Lord, but just a tad pale. I think they needed a little bit more color in him. Very vibrant red hair going on. It really does. He kind of looks a lot like Kurt Russell, which is really strange because Kurt Russell was obviously his father in the movies. So that's kind of weird. It almost looks like they blended the two. But I grabbed this other Star-Lord I had right here, and strangely enough, this Star-Lord murders this one. This one is so much better than this one in the head sculpt department. The skin tone is better on the old one. The hair color is better on that one. This one is just way too pale, way too cartoony. Very strange step back in time. I don't understand that. We do get reuse as we're used to with Marvel Legends and stuff. We got the same lower legs, lower half here, but they painted on a little bit more details on the new one, where this one is a little bit plainer. We do have those hooks on the side to hand his weapons to. But yeah, a lot of reuse with this one. But then the up top is a little bit different, of course, with a different jacket, different arms going on. But the bottom half seems to be the same, just a little bit more paint on the bottom Star-Lord there. So very interesting Star-Lord. A rare misstep. I don't know. It depends who you ask. Everybody thinks everything's a misstep these days. But this one just didn't work to me in the head department. I think I like this older version much more than the new one, which you don't say very often. Usually the nice shiny new toy usually beats the stuff of the past, but I wouldn't say so in this case. So I know, like I've said, a lot of people are passing on this Star-Lord. I could understand that. If you don't need another Star-Lord, this face just doesn't measure up to the old one. That's my final verdict there. But all in all, I like these figures, especially these two. I'm all in on Groot, especially ones I don't have. And then Thor, this is a great different version of Thor. There's a lot of meat on the old bone for me on that one, so I'm all in on that. Star-Lord, I could see passing on that unless you're, I need build a figure, so I needed him for my instance. But you, on the other hand, you might be able to pass if you are so inclined. But what are your thoughts on these three figures? What are your thoughts on Love and Thunder? Leave it in the comments down below. You made it this far, you might as well thumbs up the video, give it a little like, subscribe to the channel, hit the old notification bell, and then, of course, follow along on Patreon where you can get this video and tons of other videos much, much earlier. We have monthly giveaways, exclusive content, you name it, a lot of fun over on Patreon, so check out the link in the description below there. And then follow along on Twitter, SirPaul64. That's Twitter, of course. Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. And then ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for the first Love and Thunder unboxings, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.